Alright, so in my previous video, I reviewed my large Sony camera, and it may not have done the best for the channel and everything, but it was still something fun. But this time, we're working on my vintage MiTAC 3026E laptop from 1991. Picked this up at a thrift store a couple months-ish back, maybe? I'm just gonna move this a bit. I hope my phone doesn't fall. I'm using a guitar stand as a tripod. And I wanted to use my video camera, but I don't have an SD card strong enough. So that's gotten a lot worse. The problem with this one is the cover in the bottom of where the lights and the cables connect to the screen. There's a little spring-loaded plastic flap under here that would get pushed forward when these come forward. And you can also tell that it's gone because of these light reflectors. They're stuck down. So I'll probably do this video in multiple parts because my phone is really acting up and it's not giving me a lot of storage for some reason. So this thing is held together by mostly super glue because, well, with this old ABS plastic, as it gets older and older, it gets really brittle, and then it just starts to crack and give way. So in the start here, we're just gonna remove these 3 screws out of the bottom, and then I'll go from there. Some of these screws don't, like, come out fully. Like, they unscrew fully, but then you can't pull them out. So that's just those 3 for now. And flip it back over. I had to do some work on the hard drive of this one, like an open heart surgery, brain surgeon precision. Keyboard lifts up. This is the hard drive. It has a capacity of 64 megabytes. Floppy drive here, floppy drive cable. I had to do some work on the hard drive cable here because I accidentally tore it while I was reinstalling everything. So, I mean, that sucks, but I was able to solder it back together with some copper wire. And now next, we're just going to pull this out a tiny bit. And then there's 2 screws, one here. Now, with these electronics, when you put them back together, you gotta treat your hands like a torque wrench. Because if you keep tightening it, then the plastic snaps, and that's how these things happen. Because when they're being repaired, the plastic is really old and can't support much strain anymore. Same with the gears from the old Hi8 camera, DV camera units. They're all starting to go. Gears for them are no longer manufactured. Okay, I've got that out. Now, there's a screw down here. Pull that guy out. And there's 2 screws behind here. I had to glue this piece back in too, because whenever I touch this thing, let's just say it causes intraocular foreign bodies. Basically, random shrapnel getting stuck in your eye. because these things like to pop. And I'll just open these two little cover flaps. And then, spin it around, and then open that screen back up, and then it should be able to, fuck's sake, man. See, this is the kind of shit I mean. Why didn't I think of loosening the keyboard first? Okay, well, let's just hope that it wasn't much bad. And then we'll fold this up, very, very careful. And we'll unplug our LCD and our backlight. Now, with these old backlight modules, these two wires are extreme high voltage. It's a high voltage transformer. So, obviously, I was on a trip not too long ago. Hang on a minute, did this break? I think it did. Well, it'd be better to know that it was... More strap. And, but you know what? It's really not a big surprise considering the age of this and the plastics. So it looks like this did snap. I was gonna say it would have been better to know that it was just this that snapped than this little part here. Let's see if I can find the other spring. Or did it? Yeah, it had another one, I can swear. I can't find it. So, I'm gonna call this one a day for now. I'm gonna have to get some new shell for it. I mean, this is all beat up and snapped, and it's hardly even held on anymore. It's got an amazing keyboard though. But, you know, you kind of learn the hard way when working on these old electronics. Because once you make one slight wrong move, you can't really do much with it anymore. So, we're going to call this one a day for now.